Hey guys, AnFan97203 here. So, as you can tell, I'm back here with AppCrapp again. This series will be coming back. I'm also probably going to be bringing back theories, by the way. I do apologize for the formatting of this one. There's nothing I can do to help that. That's just the app functions like this. But I did want to show you guys this app because I've been enjoying this a lot. This is a very simple app, but it's very enjoyable. I like it quite a bit. And yes, one of those reasons is this background music, because this background music it's really fitting. I like it. It's got that nice desolate feel, that nice hopeless feel, that nice forgotten feel. We can either pick language-wise between and English. Yeah, they spelled that wrong. And it's possible they spelled the other language wrong as well. I don't know what the other language is. I have no idea what the heck that is. And I don't intend to find out because I don't care. But we're going to go with English. Because that's English. I couldn't figure it out. This is simply a Fallout-based kind of background game. You can play this without thinking too much. But that'll also keep you from succeeding too much. So we're gonna set everything to 2, and then we're gonna go with that. And for our name, we're gonna say because that's what we went with for something in the past. I don't remember what it was. I think it was one of the FNAF games that we did one time. Those weird FNAF dating sim things that it's just not right. So we're gonna go with that. Yeah, there we go. There's our character. We start with a pump shotgun, dealing 5 damage. No ammo though, sadly. No caps. Really nothing to our name other than the Volt suit, the shotgun, and a small backpack. As you can tell, we have a hunger bar, we have a thirst bar, we have radiation, we have health points, we have experience, ammo, caps, weight, and our name. Here we can see our special, which that does actually affect gameplay. Intelligence affects medical supplies, strength affects how much you carry, charisma, I don't remember exactly what that affects, but it was something that I didn't care about, and agility was a general speed kind of thing. As you can tell, there's a weight bar. Right now we have a maximum of 10. We can get different items to increase that. Hunger and thirst, we're A-OK, and HP, we're at 130 out of 130. Our map is here. As of right now, we could travel to any of those, though it's not advisable. We want to stick with this first one because danger level of 0 out of 5 means we are not too likely of getting taken out, taking too much damage. We have our inventory. This shows every inventory item you can use. The canned food, the mutated meat, the water bottle, first aid kit, Atom Cola, and Beer Millennium. The canned food and the water bottle are a great combination. Canned, then water. Mutated meat is kind of a bitch. And the Atom Cola is also a good one, but again, it can be a bit of a bitch. That Beer Millennium is pretty straightforward, just gives you experience, no other boosts. Atom Cola is the HP, the hunger, the thirst, but it also gives you rads. First aid kit, it depends on your intellect, but otherwise it makes you a bit hungrier, but increases your health. Water bottle, thirst plus 15, health and rads minus 5. Hunger and rads, hunger, health, and thirst. It's all pretty straightforward. It's all right there. At any point, you can go to a vendor by hitting trade, and you can buy or sell any of those items. You can also do this, which pops up an ad. So we're going to move our little Mobazend thing out of the way so we can hit that X. Now, if I remember correctly, watching an ad does decrease your health, sadly. So that is a bit of a bitch, but you're not going to want to be watching an ad anyway because it pulls you out of the game, and the game does actually have a bit of immersion to it. I do plan on making a theory about immersion, what it is, how to obtain it, what a game needs to do and what it needs to be immersive, because that's a lot more complex than people realize. But that's what begging does. Double check. Oh, it didn't decrease my health. In previous experiences, I could have swore it did. Maybe not. Maybe I'm ignorant. Here's where you can buy weapons and ammo. The ammo depends on the weapon, but you always buy it in stocks of 100 ammo, and then it tells you the price right there next to buy. You can buy the AK-77. That's interesting. I've never seen one of those. The M17, the Vector QM. I don't know what in the world that is. The AK-77 UP, which is essentially the tactical version of the previous one. The laser rifle, laser musket, minigun, gauze rifle, cryolator, smart rifle. No, I don't know what that is. Flamethrower and plasma rifle. As you can tell, it's loosely based off of some stuff from Fallout, though I don't know where the Vector QM comes from. I really can't tell what that's supposed to be, but that's fine. I already showed you the map. You do have a settlement. You get settlers every once in a while, and they will simply work to get you caps at the end of the month every 30 days. You can set them to be normal agricultural. You can set them to be more of marauders, if it'll work, or raiders. I choose marauders. It's nice in the middle. I try and spread out all of my settlers among attack, defense, food, and trade, and then, of course, every 30 days I collect the caps. There's a radio option. It's very much like the Fallout radio, which is not surprising. As you can tell, there's a lot about this that reminds you of Fallout. I mean, it's blatantly called the Pip-Boy. You can see the Vault Boy there. As of right now, we have a weight of 3 out of 10, because apparently we got a can somehow. Alright then. We don't need that yet, so we'll save that for later. It's a pretty straightforward game. It's pretty intriguing, though. It is a survive for as long as you can. Oh yeah, begged, and I was given a can. So simply what you do to skip a day, because that's what you're doing every time you're going forward a day in time, and then this screen will tell you what happened during that day. You don't actually play anything, you just manage resources while your character slowly gets killed off. So every time you just tap in the bottom left, this massive bottom left rectangle where it right now says, Day 1 I begged, and Day 1 the day passed calmly. You will just tap in that box, and it will set you forward a day, just like that. So you can tell now I have 25 caps. I got some caps between the first 2 days. I've taken a tiny bit of damage, but barely any. It was just 1 HP. I'm a little bit hungry, a little bit thirstier, and I have a little bit of radiation, but I'm also a little bit more experienced. And this will happen every time. So in every few seconds, you can tap down there, and it'll set you forward a day, and it always says something like, Ghouls 2 are people like us, but the urgent need for plastic surgery still exists, yada yada yada. It'll always give you a little message like that. Sometimes they're kind of interesting, sometimes they're kind of funny, sometimes they're pretty straightforward. As you can tell, click break when the bar is in the right area. That essentially means that you're trying to break into a lock, is what that is. It's like the lock picking mechanic here. So you just got to get timed right so you get right in the middle. I missed. This lock was too good for me for day 6. But that's okay. So he just got into a gunfight and get a bunch of caps. And you essentially keep doing this. As you can tell, the health bar... Oh, another lock. I fucked that up again. As you can tell, the health bar slowly has been going down. You have the HP in the top left, but this giant bar right above the name, the ammo, the caps, and the weight is also a health bar. It just doesn't have the numerical value. Instead, it has a proper bar. You can also check your health by going to the Pip-Boy. So the Pip-Boy, to be honest, is not all that useful, because your health, weight, hunger, thirst, and rads are all displayed up in this top bit. So you don't really need to go to the Pip-Boy much. Usually you can go back and forth between this screen, which shows you all of your different items, your trading screen, maybe your map screen, your settlement screen, and then this screen. So you are going to be using all of them. Sometimes you switch to the radio. Maybe if you really want to, you can switch to the Pip-Boy, but those two are kind of useless, to be honest. Unless you want to listen to the radio. Which some people would. I do not, though. I much prefer to have this nice atmospheric music, which I will now shut up so you can hear it for a second. I quite enjoy that music. I think it's very fitting for a game like this, and I would love to see that kind of music used a bit more in open world, apocalyptic style games. Anything like Dying Light and whatnot. Because a lot of those open world games, the music is very forgettable. So having music like this that really fits with your setting, that's something I quite like. So we're gonna keep going for a little bit. We're gonna get ourselves low on health here. Right there. Okay, now we have 3 canned food, 1 mutated meat, 1 water bottle, no first aid kits, 1 atom cola, and 1 beer millennium. So this will give us a good idea of what each thing does. So whenever I used a canned meat, my health goes up a little bit, my hunger goes up a little bit, but my thirst goes down. As you can tell, my thirst is now lower, my hunger is higher than it should have been, my HP went up a little bit. So I can use these two. And I look in here, my HP went up a fair bit, my hunger is at full, but my thirst is a problem now. So I'll drink a water bottle. That also increased my HP a little bit, and it increased my thirst. Those are extremely useful. And it also gets rid of radiation, as you can tell. The atom cola, we use this. It increased my max HP only by 2, but still, that's useful. It helped out with my hunger and my thirst, though it did give me some radiation. And then the beer simply increases my XP. It does nothing else. We don't need the mutated meat. That would just be giving me radiation for no good. Really anything in return. I am going to get a health kit. Now, each day, these prices on these items will be different. Sometimes they'll go up, sometimes they'll go down. It's like a proper economy. Not really a proper economy. Like a proper Fallout-style economy, where things kind of... they're not set in stone every time. It depends on a lot of things. Charisma is where this... this is where charisma comes into play. But I don't care too much about that, because these items still aren't ridiculously expensive. These are all pretty cheap. Now, the weapons and such can get expensive, but I don't think those actually change because of your charisma. I haven't experienced them changing. You can also buy new backpacks to increase your carry weight, and you can also buy new outfits that will increase armor and carry weight. Hunting jacket increases agility, the power armor makes you a tank, it says, and the chem suit gives you the ability of not dealing with radiation, and that's a good thing. But we are going to have to buy, first of all I'm going to buy some ammo, because that's going to be useful, and then we're going to buy a med kit. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to use that medikit. That's going to increase us a bunch. And we're going to go and we're going to continue to go on. And as you can tell, my ammo went down a fair bit. There we go. Got it. As you can tell, you get, from what I can tell, you get like 100 to 300 caps from breaking the lock on average. Every day your ammo count will go down, just like your caps will go up, just like your thirst and your hunger goes down, and your radiation goes up, and your health points go down, and all that good stuff. So, seeing as we're a little bit hungry now, we can go ahead and eat those mutated meats. And then we'll notice we have a fair chunk of radiation. That's okay, though. We're not going to worry too much about that yet. Ooh, get another one. Missed it. Damn it. And that's extremely expensive. $232 for a health kit. That's ridiculous. So, instead, since we have water bottle, we're going to use that. And we're going to hope... wrong one. We're going to drink that beer because we can, because it'll just give us XP. We're going to hope that it went down. Yes, it did. And we're going to buy 3 of them. I like to have 3 on hand when they're cheap. I like to go ahead and just go through, buy 3 of them when they're cheap, so that I have them on hand so that when they're expensive, I don't need to worry as much. There we go, we leveled up, so we're good to go anyway. Okay, so now we have some more mutated meat. We'll go ahead and munch on that. We have Atom Cola. We'll go ahead and have that. And then as you can tell, the settlement, next to the settlement section, down on the right, there's a little yellow circle. That means that we can collect our taxes. And we'll collect those, and we have extra money. As you can tell, we also have another settler. Those, you'll just get new settlers as you go. As far as I can tell, there's no limit, but there might be a limit at 100. I didn't reach 100, but I got close when I died, when I got furthest before dying. So we'll put it into trade. We'll be a good little person. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna buy anything else, but I am gonna use up everything I can in my inventory, just so we can go ahead and show you. I want to see how far we can get without spending any more caps. But also, damn it. But also then I can show you, like, this is another app I have in the background. No, it's not. This is the, oh, this is my recording app. Duh. The ads aren't too fun. But this app doesn't have an issue with ads. It's other apps that I have, like the recording app that you can see up here, this thing. But that's okay. I'll keep using that one because it still works. We're at day 50. And as you can tell, it does count the days. It does not start to say year 2, day whatever. It continues counting up by days individually, which some people might not like. I do. And you don't have these weird moments where it's like, how many days has it been? I don't know. You died, start again. That's all it says. And then you restart. It is permadeath. That's all there is to it. It's a really straightforward game, but if you take the time to think about what you're doing and you plan it out a little bit, then it does get to be quite fun. I really enjoy it when that happens. So, and that's really all there is to it. It's a very simple, basic game. From this, you should know whether or not you want to get it. But with that said, I will still recommend it because the atmosphere, the music, everything, despite its simplicity, despite its clearly cheap cost to make, it's an enjoyable game, and it does do what it wants to do, and I quite enjoy it for that. So that's all for this video. I thank you for watching and whatnot. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.